I'm Bob Chelland. I'm chairing the National O-Scale Convention for 2021.
And I'm Michelle Kempema. I'm director of the Colorado Model Railroad Museum, and I'm on the committee for this convention. Well, hi, Bob.
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the Colorado Model Railroad Museum.
It's not the first time I've been here, and I'm always glad to be back.
That's awesome. Well, let's talk about this National O-Scale Convention that's coming to Denver. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Oh, we're excited. It's been since 2018, the last convention was held. That was out in Washington, D.C. So we're excited to bring the O-Scale community to Colorado and show them everything we have, not just in O-Scale, but in model trains in general, and the real thing running right outside.
That's awesome. I'm so excited for this. So let's talk a little bit in detail. Is there going to be a vendor room at this convention?
There is. At this point, we're looking at least 200 tables. We might be up to more than 300 tables, which is going to make it a good-sized convention.
Yeah.
And the word we're getting from around the nation is people really want to be here. They've been cooped up. They haven't been to a train show. This is likely going to be the first major show that goes on since over a year.
And we're confident we're going to have it because it's already at the capacity works in the current COVID level too. So
yes,
it's guaranteed to happen.
We've been working with the city. We've been working with the county. We've been working with the health departments. We're watching the state and national. Right. Everything that we need to do looks good.
Yeah, you've covered all the safety about COVID. I was really pleased with that when we went down. It was a 5-star rated hotel. And so I feel really confident about that.
And we should mention the hotel is the Hyatt Regency. It's actually in Aurora, right outside of Denver. We have special room rates. Now, to get those room rates, you do have to register through the hotel's webpage link, and we have that on our webpage for the O-Scale National Convention. That address is oscalenational.com.
oscalenational.com.
Yes. We also have a Facebook page, O-Scale National Convention. So we are sharing information at both places and updates.
Right. So you can get links there, and you just hit the link right on that website. It takes you right to the hotel, and then you'll see the block of rooms, and you choose what days you're coming.
That's correct.
So I already did the process once. I liked it.
And the room rate is $124 with that includes parking. The registration for the convention will be $45.
Okay.
That includes spouses and children through the age of 16. So it's really a family registration.
Okay, that's great. So $45 for your whole family. That's a really good deal.
That's a 2-day event. That will include the layout tours. That will include the contest. We're going to have a contest. We're going to have a show and tell. The dealer rooms. We're going to have some other special events throughout the program. Now, I should mention, we say the 17th through the 20th. The 17th is when dealers will set up. The 18th and 19th are when the vendor rooms will be open. The contest will be on the 19th, as will the show and tell room and the breakout sessions.
Okay, so Friday and Saturday are kind of the really...
Yes, and on Sunday we'll have the layout tours.
Right, and there's a bunch of amazing layouts in this region. I've seen a lot of them, so I have firsthand knowledge to say they're amazing layouts.
Well, one that we're really proud of is very close to the museum here, and that's the one of David Stewart. It's been on the cover of Model Railroader. His Appalachian in Ohio is actually the second version of the layout. It's set as a 1968 coal hauler in the Appalachian Mountains.
Okay.
And it's really unique because it has a working hump yard.
Yes.
A working signal system.
It's so nice.
and an incredible bridge that greets you the moment you come into the room.
That is true. And they dispatch it.
They have a,
They can dispatch this railroad. They have a full CDC machine in a room. It's really neat. So we have a little tie with Dave Stewart here. So people who watch this video will have just a little secret. Dave actually made an A&O for his Appalachian in Ohio. He made us an HO scale tank car. So if you can find it in this building, I'll give you a special prize. So.
Oh, that is amazing. And this museum is going to be one of the featured tours for people who are registered for the convention.
That's right. And if they come early on the Thursday, on the 17th, we're going to have some events here.
Yes.
Quite a few things going on here at the museum that day, so hopefully people can come for the 17th.
We'll be, as we know further details, we'll be announcing that on the Facebook page and on the website.
Yep,
yes.
So those announcements will come out later. But I think it's going to be such a fun convention. I really do.
And that reminds me, O-Scale is known for its size, one of the larger scales, a lot of detail. And we're really going big this year compared to other conventions. We're going to give away a brass Union Pacific 4664, a Challenger.
A Challenger. It's beautiful. And
So-
that's a pretty good gift.
It is. Whoever gets it has to take care of the freight to get it home because it weighs a lot.
Yeah.
But it's a great locomotive. It speaks well to the history of Colorado, the Union Pacific and the Cheyenne shops up north, Denver down south, and it's just going to be something special that we
neat.
give away. People who register will get tickets.
You get an
for the
automatic
drive.
entry for registering, and if you register early, you might even get more entries. So
Speaking of Union Pacific, you've been doing some work with us on the planning. Tell us a little bit about what Ed is going to do and who Ed is.
Well, Ed Dickens is the head of the Union Pacific STEAM program and Heritage program, and he's the engineer in the big boy, the number 4014, that went around the country in 2019 to celebrate that 150th anniversary of the driving of the Golden Spike. He has agreed to come and speak to this group, and we will be at the amazing Forney Museum of Transportation in Denver for one of our night events during this convention. So you'll get to meet him, ask him questions. He'll talk about his experience with restoring a big boy. And that museum has a big boy in it. The 4005 is there. So.
And I believe you can actually go into the cab of that locomotive.
That one you can get up in the cab and you get to walk down and be really close to it and get in front of it, and you just get to kind of go all around it. It's really nice. And they have an upper viewing deck, so you can be high on one side and lower on the other to see this big boy. It's really a neat display.
So that'll be one of the added features at the convention this year.
Yeah, so when you do your registration, you'll have to look for that and sign up for that one if you want to come. I think it'll be really fun.
You mentioned a special car on the railroad that David Stewart provided. We're actually going to have a special run of Atlas single or double door automobile 60-foot boxcars lettered for the Appalachian in Ohio. Those will
Okay.
be sold as an added feature at our convention, and that will be on the registration form.
What a nice souvenir.
It is.
What a great souvenir to take home from this convention, a special car. I love having ours on our layout, so I think that's great.
I've got to do some looking because I know it's out there somewhere.
It's on one of our museum trains, so I'm sure it's out here today.
We'll be watching.
Dave actually hand laid some of the switches in this layout.
I didn't know that.
He was
That's
a volunteer
terrific.
here very early on. So
All of the track on his layout is laid by hand as well.
he's
So
an excellent track layer.
if you want to see flowing turnouts and amazing, he's been doing scenery. And you mentioned the dispatcher. I can tell you from running trains there, occasionally the dispatcher will get a little snarky and put you on hold. But if
Oh.
you're on hold, you get to hear some really good messages.
Yeah, that's true. There's some secret things at his place. Well, we're excited to have people come out here to our land of Union Pacific and Rio Grande Railroading and our Western railroads. I know we'll have a lot of Eastern Railroad people, and so I'm excited to expose them to our world of Western railroading.
Well, we have to admit the Denver is west. We think of it as Western railroading, but we have to remember the Burlington came
Yes.
out here from Chicago with the Zephyrs. The Rock Island came out here with the Rockets, Rocky Mountain Rockets. It has a lot of appeal
We do.
nationwide.
We have a lot of different railroads that came in here. We're also going to do a little rail fanning during this convention. We're going to have kind of a little insider's guide to rail fanning for those that attend. So we'll tell you those secret places in Denver to go and rail fan. The places that I like to go. If you follow my Facebook, you'll see a lot of that. So.
Oh, that's perfect. And people do know nationwide. You have the Big Ten, Little Ten curves. You have the
We have the
front
North Yard in
range,
Denver
you've got
that you
the
can
North
go over a
Yard,
bridge over it and watch. It's really neat.
the Joint Line, and Amtrak comes here.
Yep. So we kind of have it all. And Denver's it's really a hot spot for rail fanning.
So, by the way, we expect a lot of our people who are coming for the convention to come by Amtrak, but we do have Denver International Airport. It's convenient. It's on the light rail that'll go right by where the motel is. So we're going to make it as easy as possible for people to get around.
We definitely are. And anyone who's attending and really has a question, call me here at the museum. I'd be happy to help. Any tourism questions, travel questions for anybody, I'm definitely available for that.
And we do. That's a good point, too. It's not just rails. Denver is so full of, we've got museums, art museums. We've got a fantastic zoo. We have amazing shopping. My personal thing is we've got great local food and microbrews.
Yes, we do.
You might haul hops on the railroad. I prefer to consume them.
Yeah, so any questions that people have, I'm happy to help them. I know you are. We
Yes.
definitely want to be that friendly convention where you can call and get a question answered if you need it. So.
Absolutely. I just believe that all rails are going to head to Denver in June. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody in June myself.
Me too. I can't wait to see everybody here.
Sounds good. Thank you, Michelle.
Thanks.
We're looking forward to seeing you at the National O-Scale Convention in Denver, Colorado this summer, June 17th through the 20th at the Hyatt Regency. To learn more about the convention, go to oscalenational.com or our Facebook page, O-Scale National Convention. There you'll find links to the hotel, you'll find the schedule of events, and you'll learn more about the registration and dealer tables.
So is there anything we didn't cover for the convention?
Yeah, I think most people are going to ask, how did Oregon wind up in Greeley, Colorado?
Well, that's a story they're going to learn on the tour when they come to this museum and visit us here.
And I understand you're going to take them off on